Wow, Texas MAGA farmers going bankrupt, blaming Democrats but supported anti-immigration policies. Another great video from the Joy Report, but geez, you just gotta ask. This is what you asked for. This is what you did. And did you not know that you ran these farms using this type of labor? How did you just throw yourself underneath the bus? Let's go ahead and check it out.
I love farmers. I won 80%, 85% of the farmers, and I love them, and I'm never going to do anything to hurt our farmers. I never want to hurt our farmers. Our farmers are great people. They keep us happy and healthy and fat.
This is what Trump voters were too stupid to see on their own. They had no foresight to see what this was going to do. Story after story after story about what these ICE raids are really doing to America. When we told you that Trump was going to destroy our economy and what these ICE raids were going to do to the immigrant and to the agriculture community within our economy, we weren't just saying it for fun. We were trying to warn you. In a stunningly swift overnight change, some Texas farm operations had to shut down after losing virtually all of their workforce. An exodus triggered by the increase in immigration raids and increased enforcement. The ripple effect of these raids are the gift that keeps on giving and will be felt nationwide. Unpicked crops are now left unharvested, livestock were left unattended, and rural economies are on edge. You can read the rest and pause it.
Wow. Not only did they just get, raid the farms, picking up the farmers, but I'm pretty sure these farmers, the workers, were probably like, nah, I'm not standing around for this. They probably hightailed the hell up out of there. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Why would you wait?
If you want. And the damage is already done. Even if we stopped all the ICE raids and said, never mind, come back, do exactly everything you were doing, they wouldn't. Because Donald Trump has also made the entire world not trust us. And you know what? Other economies in other countries are probably going to take advantage of the immigrants that we treated like shit and kicked out of this country and benefit their economy. Meanwhile, we're not going to have fruit, vegetables, meat in a lot of our stores. And the stuff we do have is going to jack up in price. Good job, Trump voters.
And there's reports now that some farmers have 100% of their workers not showing up and they're being forced to shut down. In South Texas, they grow grapefruit, they grow oranges, lots of different citrus varieties, leafy greens, onions, potatoes, peppers. So not only are the prices of what we can get going to go up at the grocery store, but also there's going to be massive food waste if there's nobody picking these crops when they're ready to be picked.
Well, that's obvious.
I hope MAGA likes a diet of strictly processed foods.
It's fine. We're just going to burn the fucking crops. Let everybody starve.
Jerry Spencer turned to unemployed Americans, but says after 2 weeks, most couldn't cope.
The farmer says, start.
Not only that, I'm thinking most Americans, let's just be honest, America. Y'all know we don't have a lot of people that want to go work these farms, man. Let's just be honest. Now these, these immigrants, they work. That's one of the things they do. We all know them. They will go in there and do the jobs that a lot of Americans won't do. You don't see a lot of 18, 20-year-olds signing up at the farms like, hey, I picked those onions. You get what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. I just wanted to say that was obvious, right? There's not going to be a lot of locals and a lot of Americans rushing to go save the farms.
Over here and end over here. And that was the extent of their instructions. With the American workers, they all had to be taught all this and separate, and in addition to the fact that their bodies just were not built
at an increasing rate. This is mainly due to the fact that their workforce has literally vanished 100% overnight in some cases. Of course, the immigration raids by Donald Trump's ICE department is causing this, and it's leading to complications for the business, and in many cases these businesses are actually shutting down. The issue with this, of course, is that supply chains will be affected. Prices will be increased as food scarcity increases as well.
So this is news out of Texas. The folks,
and it's crazy. You know who's winning? The businesses that are, I guess you can say, making it happen, whichever way, shape, or form, boy, jack up those prices. You think those people who are gonna lower the prices, think just keep prices the same? This is their chance to make a come up, and I don't even blame them, man. If you're a farmer and you farm grapefruits usually go for what, 56 a grapefruit, 56 cents a grapefruit, and you have a chance to charge $1.56 a grapefruit. This is your chance. Like, I can't even be mad at you. Like, you feel like, okay, this is a chance to make a little extra income. It's probably not going to be the same, or you don't know what it's going to be like. So let me go ahead and charge a little extra and protect my business. Totally get it.
These are alarm bells ringing for the entire United States, and our government is not listening. Overnight, multiple farms in the state of Texas completely shut down. And the reason for this shutdown was because they have lost almost 100% of their workforce. Now, we know this is the result of the immigration raids and stricter enforcement, but the ripple effect is going to be felt all the way across this country. Now, you've got crops that are rotting in the fields. You have livestock that is not being attended to at all. And that takes a lot of personnel. And we're talking, so now we're getting every area of food to include meat. And the communities that surround these farms, those businesses and those people who depend on the income from these farms, it's creating disasters for small communities in Texas. Now, this is not stopping at Texas.
He has a good point. I really didn't think about the small communities around there. You know, your gas stations, your little mom and pop restaurants that feed the local communities, maybe even the local grocers that depend on maybe even buying these products from the local farmers, all kind of stuff, right?
Farms. This is going to end up all the way across America, especially in the breadbasket, the middle of the nation, because they have tons of immigrant help. But folks, the alarm bells are ringing. Your food on your plate is being affected. So you got to think about it. It won't be soon until either prices go ridiculously high or you just won't have any food to buy.
Immigrant farm workers are not showing up on farms in the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, Florida, and California.
Ooh.
In Texas, in particular, in the Rio Grande Valley, they produce many crops needed around the country, such as grapefruit, corn, citrus, oranges, all the vegetables, tomatoes, carrots, cabbage, onions are all grown here. And guess what? The undocumented workers are not showing up there. They're not showing up here in Florida, and they're not showing up in California. Now, I can hear you all say, you don't care, you're glad they're getting them. They're breaking the law, number one. They are criminals. They're not criminals. They are violating a civil violation, which is a fine or a penalty. It is not criminal, unlike the felon in the White House. That's a criminal. You will be complaining when you see no fruit, vegetables, and other crops in our grocery stores to eat. You will care when you see the prices escalate even higher. Isn't that the reason y'all supposedly voted for Trump? Because he was going to bring the prices down, and y'all could only complain about everything under Biden. I don't hear y'all complaining about these out of control prices anymore that we continue to see everywhere thanks to Donald Trump. And all the prices that we've seen go up because of the trade deals or no trade deals and the tariffs. Well, guess what? These prices are going up. Thank you, Donald Trump. You and Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is such a genius. You know, he is the whole reason that we're having this whole problem, because he is so anti-immigrant. And by the way, his family came from Europe. They were persecuted as immigrants. And Elon, oops, Elon, I did say Elon. Elon, how do you like hanging out with Stephen's wife? What do you think?
Oh, geez, man, throwing a slang. Bro, you don't do that to another man's wife. You don't do that to another man's wife. Why'd you do that?
My Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, and my burned out light bulbs. What do you all think? Only going to cost us more money, and to accomplish what? This is not a solution. It is the problem. Donald Trump and Stephen Miller are the problem.
We are here at the FAFO stage. This is really bad. I'm just going to read this to you. Multiple Texas farms shut down after almost 100% of workforce vanishes overnight. In a stunningly swift overnight change, some Texas farm operations had to shut down after losing virtually all of their workforce, an exodus triggered by the increase in immigration raids and increased enforcement. The ripple effects of these raids are the gift that keeps on giving and will be felt nationwide. Unpicked crops are now left unharvested. Livestock were left untended, and rural economies are on edge. The story isn't just a tale of woe for Texas farms, it's a warning for American agribusiness, food prices, and communities that keep food on our plates. I need you to share this with every Republican you know. And you don't even need to wait for their response. They just need to know what's happening.
I really don't think most of them care. They're probably getting some sort of form of benefit from having Trump in the office. Of course, they're rocking with him. They're rolling with him. I know they had some different difficulties in the beginning as far as the election goes, but they're reaping the benefits. Come on, stop it.
And this is part of my line of work. I deal with commercial farmers, including these small farmers, as clients, and I cannot tell you how this is the beginning of the complete collapse of our economy under this Project 2025 administration that doesn't know what they're doing. You talk about the immediate shuttering of farms, because this is actually what's happening with the food, with the harvests that are lying there completely rotting. That is a loss of food to local food distributors, local grocery stores, local restaurants, hospitals. They sell their harvests, all sorts of vegetables, to businesses within the state of Texas. This is where you can go into your local grocery store and now you're going to see hardly any vegetables or fruit, depending on what they're growing, or a shortage of meat. This is what's going to happen. Now, all of the other industries that support farming, you've got local pesticide, herbicide, fertilizer suppliers that are just, their sales are going to plummet. These farmers aren't going to be purchasing that. You've got H-2A workers who are now gone, migrant workers who are now gone. They were paying taxes. Even if they didn't have Social Security numbers, they were given tax numbers, tax ID numbers.
Well, she does have a point. Most of them, they pay taxes. All right, they do pay taxes. It's something when you process payroll, it's a part of the process. You get what I'm saying? Unless you file for other things like exempt, but you know, they're getting stricter and stricter on the exempt rules. Maybe we can do a video on tax exempt on payroll, but nonetheless, yeah, they were paying taxes. All right, they were paying taxes. All right, and doing things that other people didn't want to do.
So now you got millions of dollars just poof, gone overnight from these Texas communities. You've got trucking companies that are hired to haul the produce from the farms to the packaging plants. You've got packaging plants who wash the vegetables, grade the vegetables, pack the vegetables, whose sales are going to plummet. Now you're going to have other industries who don't employ either migrant workers or H-2A workers who are going to have layoffs. This is all under Republican leadership, not just from the White House, but from the Republicans that were elected in the state of Texas. And if you think this is going to stop at Texas, you've got another thing coming. And you want to know which farms are going to be impacted further down the road? They're going to be safe for now. There's a small percentage of farmers who are actually Democrats, and they understand how important it is to protect their employees, take care of their employees. Those employees who feel safe will keep showing up for work.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even the Republican farmers at some point are probably gonna just snap into reality and be like, "Yeah, God damn it, I just need my people." You get what I'm saying? They understand business, they understand work, they understand workforce, they understand that they can't do it alone. Any smart business owner, regardless if you're a Democratic or Republican, you know what you need. You need manpower, especially on a farm. You need that.
Because they know the owners have their backs, which says something about these other farms where the employees are like, I'm too scared to show up. Let me add this final thing. This is going to impact farmers. They're at risk of going out of business. Who's going to jump in? The federal government to compensate them with our tax dollars. So now our tax dollars is going to be used to cover the bullshit leadership of this administration on top of the overwhelming increasing tax dollars being used by this administration to scare, to deport, to imprison people with brown skin. Like, our tax dollars are not helping everyday Americans at all. And this is just the beginning.
Whew, this is tough. Now, Trump did later on stop the ICE raids on farms and hospitality niches, restaurants, supposedly restaurants, hotels, things like that. So those businesses didn't suffer as much because they were. All right. You're talking about people just afraid to go to work. Small restaurants, hotels weren't getting ran. They weren't getting kept up on, the tourism, hospitality area was starting to get affected. Farms are starting to get affected. But I still think there is a lingering hammer over everybody's head that still returns to work, knowing that, hey, they're undocumented. Look, there's a chance that, you take, when you step into the realm of not being documented. Like, I get it, you want to work a better life, but hey, you did take that chance, and now we're here, and they're calling people out, and they're doing these raids, and it's crazy. So far, this was maybe middle of the year. We're at the end, guys. Did y'all really see a huge effect in prices on food, produce, beef, those sort of things? Like, did we see that? Did we see hotel room prices go up? You get what I'm saying? Did you see the American employment numbers go down? Like, I still didn't see, maybe at smaller levels, but not enough to affect the common person, the average American running the streets. But let me know if I'm wrong. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget the like button. Hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the sub button. I'll see you on the next one.